Here we go. My name is Michael. I started as a flight attendant at SAA in 1980. I flew till last year, guys. When we went into lockdown in March, that's when I retired. So I flew for 40 years now as a flight attendant. In 1980, when I started on board this 747, the same one. I'm going to show you my footprints on the carpet today. Okay. I worked her for 23 years. She retired before I did, eh? She flew for SAA for 32 years, from 1971 till 2003. I started in 1980. She'd already been working 9 years when I came over. So today we're going to have a bit of fun on board. Let's start right over here. Who can see the word good under the wing? Who knows why it's there? Aha! Were you alive in 95? 24th of June 1995, Captain Laurie Kay took Lebombo over Ellis Park Stadium. He took her low and he revved those engines, eh? And 80,000 people looked up and they read, good luck, Boka. They'll say. So this plane has a bit of history, eh? It's the famous jet that went over Ellis Park Stadium, and we beat New Zealand and we took the World Rugby Cup, eh? Is it? Oh, magic, magic. Oh, wow, guys, it must have been so exciting. I can just imagine. And that was the day we beat New Zealand and took the World Rugby Cup, and President Nelson Mandela was there to lift that big gold trophy, eh? For a little drama on this flight. Remember, my flights are never boring. There's going to be turbulence. There's going to be a fire. There's going to be a decompression. And there's going to be an emergency evacuation. I don't want the children to be scared because remember, it's only a virtual flight, hey? This plane won't take off today. It's waiting. It's waiting for Indiana Jones. When he gets here, that's when it will fly again. Come on, let's go. Come this way, come this way. Okay, first family through the kitchen into the second aisle. Here we go, guys. Come stand right here so you can hear me. Children are allowed to stand here in the front. Right over here is good. And I will be in the middle, okay? So you'll all hear me. Guys, because I'm going to talk a lot, I'm going to drop my mask and wear this. Is that okay? Are you comfortable? My name is Michael. I started in 1980 as a flight attendant on board SAA. I flew for 40 years. In the last 15 years of my career, I was the purser on board, in charge of air hostesses and bar stewards, eh? My favorite route was New York City, guys. That's why today we're doing a virtual trip to New York City. Okay? Let's think about it. 40 years at SAA. There I am, eh? 3 different uniforms in 40 years. So if you got any questions today, I'm the right one to ask, okay? Guys, I'm going to make the trip today fun for the children. If your child gets a little scared, please tell me, but it's not about scaring them. It's about having fun, okay? Remember, this plane's not going anywhere. It's waiting for Indiana Jones. So our trip is only a virtual one, okay? Guys, 1971, Lebombo comes over from Seattle in America. She joins SAA. She flies with her for 32 years. Passengers often ask me, but why only 32 years? Would you travel in your motor car for more than 32 years? I don't think so. So 32 years is the cutoff, eh? In 2004, Captain Dennis Spence landed her here. Guys, they had to put a little extra concrete on the runway. They had to broaden the runway. Germiston had never seen a jumbo before, hey? The whole of Germiston was here with their cameras that day. Before this fence was even erected, they would have towed her over the grass into this parking, okay? She's been here ever since. She's a 50-year-old jumbo, but still in good condition, don't you think? Let's think about first class. 1971, her first flight was to London, return. These Lonnies paid 2,000 rand, guys. In 1971, 2,000 rand could buy you a brand new motor car out of the box. So in the 70s and 80s, only the people with money were flying, hey? Men wore hats and suits. Ladies wore pearls and high heels. I know today when you fly, you all wear tracksuits, ne? Yeah. Guys, the service here, a 5-course dinner, then upstairs to the bar, to the smokers' lounge, where they would sit and have a cigarette and a cocktail, hey? Right up till 1980, the year I joined. That's when SAA took the bar out and they put 12 business class chairs in, okay? They saw the money. I think the bar was costing them too much, eh? These Lonnies were getting drunk up there and falling down the stairs. 12 business class seats upstairs made more money. Guys, they were smoking on board in the 70s and early 80s. The young people can't believe me, hey? But as we tour today, I'm going to ask you to check on the armrest. If you can see the ashtray. There it is, hey? So smoking is definitely out now, hey? Flying has become safer, guys. Don't you think? First class. See that little trolley up front? I remember us putting a little ice castle on that trolley. If you can picture it in your mind, a little castle built out of ice with a torch under it and the beluga caviar on top, eh? That little tin back then was 300 rand. Today that same tin is 3,000 rand. I would dim the lights a little. I would turn on a little soft boarding music. And the prettiest air hostess would wheel that trolley out in the dark. And these passengers would see the glowing ice castle. Yo, that was service, eh? Newspapers, magazines, fresh proteas on every flight. Their toiletry bag with their toothbrush and toothpaste. Something nice that they could take home and use again, eh? Their Strato sleeper chair. The only thing we do laugh about is that little screen, eh? I think their movie was smaller than my cell phone. Guys, I remember serving Gey Korsten in that chair. I remember serving Dr. Chris Barnard in that chair. And then in 95, I remember serving President Nelson Mandela in that front chair on the way to New York City with his secretary Zelda Lagranja sitting next to him, eh? So this plane definitely has a bit of history, doesn't it? Yeah. Sure does, eh? Guys, the COVID inspector was here. They put a chain on the upper deck. We're not going upstairs today, but I can tell you the cockpit is upstairs on a 747A. And if you want to see that cockpit, later on I'll open a simulator over there for you, and you'll be able to go right in, okay? That simulator is the same as this cockpit. It's also a 747. Your avionics compartment here, guys, only on a 747, hey? There would have been a blue mat over it. We don't want to scare the people. There would have been your cables, your circuit breakers, your little computer where the GPS went into later. Hey, guys, a door over there going into this first little cargo hold. Underneath where you are standing, that cargo hold would have been pressurized with a bit of oxygen and heat, because in there was a couple of cages. If your dog flew with you, that's where he'd be, hey? Over there, a round trapdoor going out onto the runway. Interesting, hey guys? Now we're going to start our tour. We're going to head down the aisles. You crowd will stay in that aisle. You crowd will stay in that aisle. And I'll meet you in the middle. Guys, what are we going to find in our kitchen on the way to New York City? In our chiller. There's your scrambled eggs for tomorrow morning's breakfast before landing in New York. Over here we've got our bars ready for the service. Hey, look at that. Anyone for an amarula? And as we go round the corner, what do we find in our kitchen? All the trolleys are lined up ready for dinner. Here we go, guys. For those of you that didn't know, 42 dinner trays per trolley. 32 hot meals per oven. Aha! Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? Okay, so chicken was the popular choice. Sorry, we ran out of chicken. What have we got here around the corner, guys? Let's have a look. Hey, how cute is that? There we go, your baby cots, eh? Now remember, on every international flight, you can still order a baby cot. Just like you can order a wheelchair. No extra cost, but you do need to get your order in early, hey, because you need a chair at the wall. Guys, very important, you remember the 10-10 rule. Baby has to be under 10 kilograms or under 10 months old, okay? Because if baby can sit up, baby can fall out, hey? Interesting. Guys, now we're moving here into our economy class. Come, let's have a look. Some people like to call it cattle class. We're on our way to New York City. Grab a seat, grab a seat. I want to check your legroom. Let me see your legroom. Hey, not too bad, your legroom, hey? Not too bad, guys. Look at this, not too bad, hey? On the modern jets today, they've squeezed another row in. You don't have the same legroom, do you? Guys, this old 747 was built for comfort, hey? Not for speed. Yo, and the people here in the front row, I think they knew somebody at the check-in counter. They got the VIP seats. Oh, wow. Yo. Look at this. When I move into my chair, I don't even bump my head. On the new jets, you knock yourself out. Hey, when last did you see that? Hey, when last did you see that? You could have taken Omar with you on holiday, yeah. Hey, the only thing they did forget was to put the little screens behind the chairs, eh? Can you see first class and business class got that little screen? Yeah, we were watching the main screen film, okay, from the projector. And if you were sitting here in the back row and the lady in front of you had big hair, chances are you wouldn't see a lot, eh? Okay, guys. Moving on, let's have a look. What have we got here by this door? Come closer. You got to see what to do. Now, remember, 5 doors on this side, 5 doors on that side, a crew member at each door. That crew member has a responsibility. Here is my safety equipment. What have I got? A telephone, a fire extinguisher, 2 oxygen bottles, and a full face smoke hood. Okay? Now I'm on the runway for takeoff, guys, and I smell smoke, and I look up and I see a little smoke coming from that toilet door. SAA teaches me the first thing I'm gonna do is to raise the alarm. And when I say raise the alarm, I don't mean tell all the passengers, hey, we don't want panic. We're gonna tell our colleagues, we want backup. We never fight a fire alone, okay? I'm on the phone, guys. I've got everybody on the line. It's Michael here at 3 right. Yes, I smell smoke. I see smoke from the toilet door. Guys, they jump up. They put their smoke hoods on. A little oxygen here, and they've got their fire extinguishers. Now they're on their way to us. Passengers are not stupid, eh? By now they can see something's happening. But they can also see we've got it under control, okay? My job now, the crew member that smelt the smoke and saw it first, I jump up, I come over to this door. What do? I need to feel this door, guys, before I open it, hey? We don't know what's behind there. Do I use my fingertips? No! That's right, well done. I'm saving my fingertips for the fire extinguisher. I use the back of my hand, hey? Well done, my friend. There you go. Whoa! If it was so hot, am I just going to open it and stick my head in? I don't think so, hey? If it's safe to open, SAA teaches me to peep. I don't want to feed oxygen into the toilet cubicle. I peep and I see the little flame coming out of the waste bin. Somebody might have dropped a stompy in on the tissue, hey? I close it again. We don't feed too much oxygen into that fire. Now I'm ready. I've got my smoke hood on with oxygen. I've got my fire extinguisher. And I open that door and psh, close it again. My colleagues are here. The next one steps in. Psh, and close it again. The third one steps in and psh, close it again. Until we're happy it's out, hey? Now we can tell the captain, yes, sir, fire's neutralized. You've turned around and gone back to the airport building. We're going to check it properly. Okay. And if that happened in flight, same procedure, hey? Except the captain would be looking for a place to land, hey? We want to check that it's properly out before we go any further, guys. Any questions? Cool. Moving on now. We're going to have an emergency landing. Here we go. At the next door. Come closer. Remember what I taught you. 5 doors on this side, 5 doors on that side. A crew member at each door. Hey, what have we got? A telephone, a fire extinguisher, 2 oxygen bottles, and a full face smoke hood, okay? Together with my safety equipment, I've got the cabin member emergency drill card. It's right here. It's going to prompt me to tell me what to do in an emergency. Now, in my case, in 92, I took off out of Frankfurt in Germany. As we took off, boom! Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. As you can feel, we have burst a tire on takeoff. No cause for alarm. Why do they always say that, guys? No cause for alarm. It makes you more nervous. No cause for alarm. Ladies and gentlemen, standard procedure is to turn around and go back to Frankfurt Airport. But before we do, it's a safety precaution to dump fuel. Think about it, guys. We've just filled our fuel tanks on the wings. We burst a tire. It might spark on landing. It's a safety precaution on all airlines before an emergency landing, hey, to dump fuel. Very important. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look from the window now at the wing, you'll see the fuel passing out like mist into the air and evaporating. Okay? We're only going to keep about 10% just to get back to the airport, guys. Hey? It costs every airline thousands of American dollars to do that, eh? But they still do it. It's a safety precaution, okay? And it will evaporate in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, this procedure can take up to 20 minutes. In that time, we will practice our brace position for landing. You'll sit like that. Brace, brace, brace for landing. Get your head down as far as you can go, hey? Or that might happen to you, hey? Lucky we were in Germany, guys. The Germans are number one. They had sprayed foam on the runway. We had ambulance on one side, fire engines on the other, and we came down safely in the foam, hey? Interesting. Now, as we move to the back, we're going to experience a decompression. Let's think about the word decompression. What does it mean? It's the opposite to a compression, hey? What's a compression? When we pressurize the aircraft with oxygen. A decompression will be, sorry for you, no more oxygen. Scary stuff, eh? Let's have a look. Here we are, we're taking off to New York City. And we're moving through the clouds. As we move through the clouds, we are 10,000 feet. At 10,000 feet, that's when we start pressurizing the cabin with oxygen. Okay, that's when you feel your ears pop. Remember, below 10,000 feet, the air on board is the same as the air outside, okay? Above 10,000 feet and the air outside is getting thinner. And the higher we climb, it's getting thinner and thinner, okay? We're moving up to 35,000 feet now on the way to New York City over the Atlantic. And all of a sudden we hear boom! And that little window pops out, or that panel. Ice cold wind blows in, minus 40 outside. The lady that was sitting at the window is gone. Sorry for you, no more oxygen. And you hear the automatic announcement play loud. Fasten your seatbelt, grab your mask. Fasten your seatbelt, grab your mask. And you quickly put your seatbelt on and you grab your mask. And here above your head, guys, above 4 seats, out drops 5 little yellow oxygen masks. Over there above 3 seats, out drops 4 little yellow oxygen masks. Why the extra one? Because maybe mommy's got a baby, hey, or maybe I'm in the aisle here doing my service. And then if I can't get back to my chair at the door where my mask is hanging, I'm going to jump in here under your knees, guys, and I'm quickly going to secure myself and grab that extra mask. Okay. Interesting. Guys, the captain's up here at 35,000 feet. He knows he's only got 15 minutes of emergency oxygen. What do you think he's going to want to do? Rapid descent, hey? He wants to get below 10,000 to equalize that oxygen once again. Do you think he's going to want to take the whole 15 minutes? He might even do it in 10 minutes, hey? That's why it's so important for you to have your seatbelt on. Otherwise, where am I going to look for you? You'll be here on the roof, hey? Interesting, guys. Any questions? Who wants to see where the crew sleep? Come, let's have a look. Service, chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? After chicken or beef, when you go to sleep in your chair, that's when the crew can also get off time, hey? They will go off, half on duty, half in the crew rest. They'll swap later. The other half will come back to the crew rest and the other half back into the kitchen. There will always be 50% in the kitchen on duty, hey? In case of an emergency. Very important. So this is where they would come and sleep, okay? And on the modern jets today, you might not be able to find it. They're selling seats, hey, all the way to the back because they've moved it downstairs, okay? Underneath where we are standing, you will see a toilet door like this one, and on it is written, crew only. When you open that door, you'll see the little staircase going down. That's where we are nowadays, okay? At least they gave us a little oxygen down there. Now remember, I was working this plane from 1980, hey, till it retired in 2003. So, I can still hear the air hostesses' voices. Michael, yours is the top bunk. We can't get up there. It's too high. So come and have a look. This was my bed, hey, for 23 years, guys. Can you see my name back there? No, I'm only joking. But this was my bunk, the top one, hey. The ladies preferred the middle and the bottom. And I didn't mind this one. It's nice and close to the door. I'll be the first one out, hey. Guys, as we turn the corner now, around here, we're going to have a look at the black box. Who watches aircraft investigation on DSTV? If you do, then you will know what is the black box. Come, let's have a look. And they called it the black box, hey. But then later they had a brainwave. They said, hey, we can't find this dark little box so deep under the sea or behind a bush on a mountain. It kind of made sense to make it orange and red, which is what they did, hey. So today on your modern jets, you're going to find two. Your data recorder and your voice recorder. Orange and red, okay? Very important, guys. Always in the back left-hand corner, okay? On every airline in the world. Your data recorder. Recording anything that might have gone wrong on the engine or on the wings or in the cockpit. Did the brakes fail? Did an engine blow? Did the captain accidentally switch off the wrong button that he wasn't supposed to? That is on your data recorder. That is called pilot error, hey, when they switch off the wrong button. On your voice recorder, also very important. Your captain talking to the co-pilot on the radio, hey, talking to ground control. What were they talking about in that last half an hour before the crash? They're looking for clues, eh? Guys, still to this day, people ask me, Michael, you flew for 40 years, you got all the answers now. Where's the safest place to sit on the plane? Why? Because when they find the black box, they're going to find you first, eh? That's what they'll be looking for, okay? Guys, think about it. In the nose, impact. Over the wings, petrol. That's where the fire starts, eh? Here at the back, believe it or not, it's been proved. 9 times out of 10, the tail breaks off, okay? And they find you still sitting here on the farm with the black box. Whether you're alive or not, I don't know, but yeah. Interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board SA 201 to New York City. Our flight today, just 16 hours. Your commander is Captain Blackburn. Sit back, relax, and enjoy our South African hospitality. Cabin crew, arm your door now and cross-check. Who's heard that before takeoff? Those of you that have flown before. Anybody heard? Cabin crew, arm your door and cross-check. Hey, if you didn't hear it, you were reading the Huisgenoot. Very important, guys. The crew member will come here, move the mode lever into the down position. Hey, on the old jumbo, you've got the word automatic over there. On the new jets, you've got the word armed. But it means the same thing, okay? You are preparing the door now for an emergency. Guys, what happens is steel pins come out on the floor and they lock into the girt bar. They fix the slide to the floor. There it is, your slide on the door. Now ready for action. 5 doors on this side, 5 doors on that side. A crew member at each door with a slide on each door. Arm their door and their slide is now ready for action. And we're on the runway, we're taking off to New York City. Here we go. And all of a sudden we hear the captain's voice. Emergency! Emergency! Open all doors! Evacuate! Evacuate! And the crew member jumps up and they check out their window. It's safe to open. And they open their door and out it goes, eh? And the slide inflates in 40 seconds. Exam question. How many seconds? 40 seconds. Come this way, jump and slide. Come this way, jump and slide. That's what you're going to hear if you're on the ground, eh? Now I look out the window and I see water. We've landed on the ocean. Guys, that same slide becomes a raft. Now it's on the water, hey? We sit up to 32 people per door. Hey? I'm the crew member. I'm sitting here closest to the door. I see a rope from the slide to the door. That rope has a frangible link. If the plane starts sinking, it's going to tear. And we're going to float away safe on the water, okay? Interesting, guys. 5 doors on this side, 5 doors on that side. Out, 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 out. SAA teaches us to evacuate the jumbo in 1.5 minutes. 90 seconds. The lady here was too scared to go. They teach me, you take her gently under the arms like this. And tomorrow she'll thank me. Hey. Think about it, guys. Here it is. Come and have a look. You can see the ground engineer has made it nice and small and tight, eh? It's sitting here inside the door. 5 doors on this side, 5 doors on that side. 1 on every door. Ready to go. Hey, and when I opened it, remember? It was fixed to the ground, hey? The metal pins came out when I armed the door. There it is. Fixed to the ground. And when I opened it, how many seconds? Come this way, jump and slide. I could see the children were ready to go. But the adults all took one step back. Hey? I was a flight attendant for 40 years, eh? Every year I had to do a refresher course. So how many times do you think I had to jump? 40 times, eh? Lucky it was only in practice, though, not real. But interesting, eh, guys? We would take it out on this Boksburg Olympic swimming pool. And I would joke to the ladies, I'd say, oh, ladies, I don't think it's going to be this calm on the sea. It's nice and calm on the pool, but can you imagine it on the sea? Any questions? Hey, there you can see what it looks like. There's your slides coming out of the door. There's your passengers behind you sitting on the raft, eh? Any questions? This is how it would have looked after landing. The bigger your wing, the more drag, the more wind resistance, you're slowing down. Interesting, guys. Who can see this gray area in the middle, going right to the end? That is your petrol tank. 100,000 liters on one wing. Another 100,000 liters on the other wing. 16 hours to New York City. No problem, No problem. Guys, from the tip of the wing to the tip of the wing, 60 meters. From the tip of the tail to the tip of the nose, 70 meters. And cruising speed, 920 kilometers per hour. Not bad for the 1970s, Any questions? Before we finish our tour, I've got to tell the children one last secret, guys. Can you see inside the toilet?
Yes.
Aha! Remember, what goes into a toilet goes into a tank. It doesn't land on your roof. Okay? Dankie. Daar sy. Woep. Okay, hou my been vas. Agter op my knie. Daar sy. Okay, arms out. Let's show everybody how big this engine is, Woo, woo. Okay, stand carefully. Is jy op? Amper op? Okay, staan mooi. Sy moet net nie gly nie, né? Pas jy, daar sy onder my arm. Okay.
Oei, as hierdie ding draai. Kom draai die ding.
Ek dink Indiana Jones het gearriveer, hy's hier. Hy staar die engine, ek hoor het. Wag, gats, ons moet maar gou uitklim.